Introducing first, in the red corner, he is Ice X! And from Waxahachie, Texas, in the blue corner, Clayton! Now, before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, Ice X had something he wanted to say to this fine Waxahachie crowd.
Fine Waxahachie crowd, you don't even know me and you're booing me? Listen, I don't care who your father is, I don't care who you are, I'm just gonna bring it to you. Let's go. There you go. Ring the bell.
Ominous words to Clayton Brooks. Referee Rick Manning, the third man in the ring tonight. Referees tie up, and Clayton Brooks getting right down to business.
Well, it's certainly when you start off an evening telling someone that they don't care who their father is, don't care who you are certainly going to get the action brought to you, and I think that's exactly what Ice X has gotten his hands with.
Well, you know, it's kind of unorthodox. It's maybe not necessarily the way that Ice X should have approached the whole matter, but you know, the person's pedigree really doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter if your father's the president of the United States, or you know, if your father's Bill Gates. Is what can you do?
Exactly. But it does rub someone the wrong way when the lack of respect is there, especially when someone's father is the legendary Killer Tim Brooks.
Arm drag takedown by Clayton Brooks. Holding on to the arm, and
looks as if Ice X is trying to change the leverage there. And a lovely reversal there by
almost into a fireman's carry takeover there. Ice X with the arm bar to Clayton Brooks, stretching on him, pulling on the rotator cuff there. Brooks working his way up to his feet and taking over Ice X.
Very nice arm drag by Clayton Brooks, taking Ice X to the mat, and a brutal knee drop right onto the elbow joint, followed by a stomp. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Bull, but
okay, you're wrong.
Thank you very much, Bull. I appreciate
You're
that.
an Englishman, you're always wrong. What can I say? I apologize, and I go ahead. With a nice vertical suplex by Clayton Brooks.
Mr. Brooks went for a 3 count and came up short with the 2, but went right back to work with a, looks like a short arm bar onto Ice X. Now, Bullman, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't not only is Clayton Brooks from the Waxahachie area, but he used to play football for the Waxahachie High School right here in town.
Clayton was quite a football star for the Waxahachie Indians. You know, and when he was in high school, he was all-district lineman for them. Spinning heel kick by Ice X takes Clayton Brooks off his feet. Ice X with the cover, but only a count of 2.
Ice X right back to work with a, looks like a reverse camel clutch right there.
That's
there's no reversing that at all.
No reverse on that. It's just he's just clutching his camel there.
That is perhaps, I think, the most frightening statement I think I've ever heard in all my years of being alive. Clayton's getting to his feet. And this is really where being the bigger man certainly pays off. Oh! Would you call that a inverted spine buster?
For lack of a better term, an inverted spine buster, and then a big forearm across the back of Ice X, followed by a knee right into the middle of the spine. Ice-X certainly not a stranger to professional wrestling. I think it's probably been quite a while since he's been here to the NAWA arena. Reverse chin lock now being applied by Clayton Brooks. Both combatants on the floor. Clayton stretching and pulling on the neck and the chin and the upper body of Ice-X. Ice-X able to work his way back in and get his foot into the ropes, and the referee Rick Manning making Clayton Brooks break the hold.
Well, that certainly is a sign of superior ring knowledge. He knew exactly where he was at the time of the submission and immediately started working to try and get himself out. And of course, referee Manning had to break that hold.
Ice-X trying to call a timeout. Clayton Brooks let his focus lapse just for a moment. Ice-X able to take command. And a nice crossbody off the second rope by Ice-X for counter two on Clayton Brooks.
Looks as if Ice-X had made a little bit of a complaint on the cadence of the count, but referee Manning insisted that was a 2 count, and really we can't argue. It almost seemed as if Ice-X had lost some valuable time just by taking the time to hook Mr. Brooks' leg.
Well, you know, sometime when you stop and complain, you lose your momentum. You know, if it had snatched his hold and then complained, I think Ice-X would have been so much the better for that. Clayton Brooks trying to work his way up, able to drop on his seat with his top of his head in the chin of Ice-X, and a crossbody by Brooks. Count of 2 and the kick out.
I don't know if I would call that a crossbody. It looked more like a cross bulldozer, absolutely leveling Ice-X. Very strong headbutt, dazing Ice-X.
Pile driver.
And the dazed look in Ice-X's eyes really told the tale of how much punishment Clayton Brooks is putting on his opponent tonight.
You know, I was able to look into Ice-X's eyes, and I thought I seen his pupils actually cross into X's. Brooks with the cover and a count of 2. Ice-X able to kick out at the last moment. Clayton looking at the referee like, where was the count at? Ice-X with a headbutt to the midsection, and another taking Brooks down on the mat.
Ice-X taking the time to get a little bit irritated with the fans, losing his focus just a bit. And giving referee Rick Manning an instruction on what a choke looks like.
Well, you know, I've seen a choke or 2 in my time, and I guarantee that last hold that Ice-X had Brooks in was definitely, without a doubt, a choke hold.
From our vantage, looks like a reverse chinlock as referee Manning checks Brooks. Brooks has managed to stay in the game.
You know, even on a reverse chinlock like that, when you apply it just right, although it's not a sleeper hold, it can certainly cut off the carotid artery, cut off the blood flow to your brain, and work almost like a sleeper. Again, Brooks able to counter out of the chin hold. Big strong punches to the midsection of Ice-X, and followed by a big boot.
Beautiful, beautiful snap suplex by Clayton Brooks. And Ice-X just barely edges his way out of a loss. Clayton not happy with that at all. Takes his aggression out on Ice-X's wrist, and then looks like raking the head and forehead and eyes of Ice-X with his boot.
With the sole of his shoe. Brooks again for the cover, count of 2. Again, Isaac able to kick out. Another big stomp by Brooks to the midsection of Isaac.
And a very vicious chop looking to be right across the throat of Isaac. Iceman keeping his wits about him though, taking the opportunity to kick Clayton Brooks twice in the head to get him off. Ooh, and a little bit of an incomplete leapfrog there.
Trying to ride a horse there. It looked like Isaac's able to take the momentum away from Clayton Brooks, lifts him up by his ears, and a sharp fist right to the jaw of Clayton.
Iceman going once again for a pin. Clayton just barely kicks out, and Isaacs makes the mistake that you pointed out before of complaining to the referee about the cadence of the count.
You know, I've never really been a complainer, but if you're going to complain to the referee, grab a hole before you do.
Iceman once again going for a pin, could not get the pinfall, and once again starts complaining to the referee. Iceman applying, looks like to be like a side chin lock there.
Definitely a submission move, being a submission hold being applied by Isaacs onto Clayton. Don't know that Clayton's got very much give up in him though.
Well, as you said earlier, there's a certain level of pedigree within Clayton Brooks, and I'd have to say that I don't think anyone of Mr. Brooks's pedigree has any amount of give up in him.
Well, I've known his daddy for probably longer than anybody out here, and I've never seen an ounce of give up in Killer Tim Brooks, and I know he didn't impart any of that into his son here.
Referee Manning had gone for the count, trying to see if Clayton was out. Went for the 1, the 2. Clayton stayed up at the 3. Isaacs made the mistake of pulling Clayton to his feet, and once he did that, that's when Clayton started his offense. But he has been slowed down by
Isaacs up on the second rope. Oh,
running
big power slam by Brooks, and the Texas Trash Compactor. 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Clayton Brooks! Clayton, that was a fine and decisive win you had over Isaacs. Do you have anything to say to your fans here at the NAWA Arena?
I appreciate everybody coming out month after month to support the NAWA, letting us come back here month after month, give all you fans a good show, and I hope the Waxahachie Indians go to state this year.